This is what you call a spark plug. And if you own a car, I'm sure at some point it is a service you are going to need or required in order to keep your vehicle running in top shape. But what exactly is a spark plug? What purpose does it serve in your vehicle? On today's video, we are going to talk about exactly just that. Now, the spark plugs are useless without these key components right here. These are called ignition coils. As you can see, they sit right on top of the valve covers, and they help supply the high voltage needed to create that spark needed to burn the air fuel mixture. Here I have the ignition coils removed so you guys can get a better visual on how they look, and we are going to talk about why they're so important. So let's take a look at this engine. We have the air coming in through the air filter. Okay, we got air, and then we have our fuel line coming from the fuel pump, and then it goes to the low pressure injectors, and then it tees off into the high pressure pump, and then it goes to the direct injectors. So we have air and we have fuel. We still need something to ignite that air fuel mixture. And to ignite the air fuel mixture, we have the spark plug. And if you look at the end of the spark plug, there is a gap. That gap is also important. So the concept here is if I send a strong enough voltage through the spark plug, it would jump that gap and then thus igniting the air fuel mixture. So we need something that can supply 100,000 plus volts. That is where the ignition coil comes into play, because your battery in your car is only 12.6 with the car running about 13 to 14 volts. 12.6, 13, 14 volts is not enough to jump that gap on that spark plug. So this is how the ignition coil sits on top of the spark plug head. Normally it would be installed on the vehicle. So this is just to give you a better visual. So we need 100,000 plus volts to be able to shoot down that spark plug, and then that voltage would need somewhere to travel, and it will continue, and then it would jump that gap of the spark plug. And then what happens if you have spark near air and fuel? Well, you get combustion. So that is the principle. So instead of having a hamster in there with a lighter, that wouldn't work, because there's no way you'll be able to keep up with an engine running at 6,000 RPMs. You need something to be able to create that spark exactly when it's needed. And as you can see, that ignition coil is insulated except through that opening at the bottom. That is where it makes contact with the spark plug head, because we don't need that high voltage going everywhere. We need it to be targeted right on top of the spark plug so it can go through and jump the gap. So you're probably wondering, wow, 100,000 volts, that's a lot. How is that able to be done? The battery is about 12.6 and 13, 14 volts with the alternator running. How is it able to amplify and get that much voltage? Well, let's talk about it. The ignition coil consists of two circuits, a primary, which is a low voltage, and a secondary circuit, which is the high voltage that shoots down the spark plug. And that primary circuit is controlled by the ECM through this connector right here. As you can see, for the 4 ignition coils, they each have their own individual connector, all being controlled and monitored by the ECM. To help things make more sense, I have this copper wire here to help explain it. Imagine this extension is the ignition coil secondary circuit, where the high voltage comes from, the 100,000 plus volts. All right. And then the copper wire in my hand represents the primary circuit, the low voltage controlled by the ECM. As you can see, if I take the primary copper wire in my hand and I wrap it around this extension, I create an electromagnetic field winding. So each time I wrap it, 12 volts becomes 24, 36, 48, so on and so forth. Now imagine if I had a 30-foot copper wire and I just kept wrapping it around that extension. Well, each time I do so, I'm able to multiply the voltage. And what happens is the ECM supply power to that copper wire, and then when that power is running through, it creates an electromagnetic field. And when the ECM opens that circuit, that electromagnetic field that was created needs somewhere to go. So it gets collected by that extension, and then that extension shoots that high voltage right through the spark plug, thus able to create a high enough voltage where it's able to jump the gap. So inside of this coil, there are thousands of windings just going around a conductor. And all the ECM is doing is supplying power and ground, and then it creates an electromagnetic field around the conductor inside of the ignition coil. So the battery in your car doesn't need to be 100,000 volts. The ECM could take one 12-volt wire wrapped around thousands of times around a conductor, and then by that, it's able to create the 100,000 volts needed to jump the spark plug gap. And spark plug gaps are important. Each manufacturer have their own certain specification, because if the gap is too large, well, then the way the car was designed, the amount of voltage the ignition coil supplies may not be enough to jump that gap. And if the spark plug gap is too small, almost touching, well, if the ignition coil does supply that high voltage, there is no gap to jump. So if there's no gap to jump, you don't get no spark, and then you don't get no combustion. And if the gap is too large, you also don't get no spark, because the ignition coil is not able to supply a high enough voltage, because the gap is not within specification. So the spark plug is a normal wear and tear item. It's not meant to last forever. So check with your owner's manual on when you need to change them in your vehicle, so that way you could keep your vehicle running in tip-top shape. So that's all there is to spark plug operation, guys. I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching.